A warm welcome to everybody present here and joining us on Zoom to the Skill Development Program on Research Publication and Ethics, which is organized by the Department of Media Science in association with IQAC of Institute of Leadership, Entrepreneurship and Development, iLEAD, Kolkata. We are very delighted to announce that we have 3 sessions in this day, which aims at inculcating the knowledge of writing a paper.
It was very necessary for us to have this kind of a program, and therefore I congratulate and compliment our principal and all of you for arranging this program, because this is as we all now are preparing ourselves to get into research mode, this is a good beginning. When I was studying my undergraduate program, and we came across Heisenberg uncertainty principle. In quantum mechanics, there's a Heisenberg uncertainty principle which says that you cannot perceive absolute reality, because what you perceive is a resultant of the influence of the observer on the reality, and that is what you are perceiving. You cannot perceive absolute truth because you are influencing the perception of the absolute truth by the very process of observation. When we are doing research, this always happens. Our own preconceived ideas, prejudices, our own, conditioning of mind over a period of time, the traditions and so on, come in a way to blur the perception of the reality. So the best thing for a researcher to do when doing any research is to become absolutely neutral, in the sense that his own perceptions, prejudices, preconceived ideas should not influence the observation or the search of truth.
These events are very essential, in fact are very relevant when we speak about accreditations like NAC, when we speak about implementing education policy. Now we are into education sector, and being into education sector, the market dynamics revolves around the format of 2 C's. Now what are these 2 C's? Compare and compete. To compare and to compete. Now I'm sure you will agree that any higher education institute, will have its own defined curriculum to offer, will of course offer a UG, PG degree or diploma, will have a defined credit points as well. Then what is the difference? One HEI differs from another HEI. It is on these academic parameters which actually puts us into academic indexing. Now believe me, like the spin-off of such events, I'll tell you, if you start writing papers, there's the first initiative, writing papers, getting it published in journals with ISSN number, writing book chapters, getting it published in books with ISBN numbers, participating, presenting papers across the pan India, from regional to state to national to international level, presenting papers, research papers in conferences, national, international seminars, national, internationals. Apart from that, hosting such events in our college. That is also equally important to get the backdrop, how to organize such events. The basic crux is networking. I'll tell you, believe me, the spin-off of such events will be a part and parcel and can position our college into the regional intelligentsia, into the state intelligentsia, to the national intelligentsia, going back to global intelligentsia. Now please understand, when we can position ourselves to national to international intelligentsia, we are already there into the academic parameters, what we call as higher education institute. So these are the basic ladders to climb up to that level.
The higher education academic implementation regarding that initiative research, it is very much vital part for any teachers or academicians to know, and to know within the institution as well as outside the institution. How the world can know yourself or yours from your research work, from your intellectual intellectuality, they will identify you. So how we can introduce towards the bigger world? So how we can do? One solution we can do that through academic intellectuality we can proceed with them. So one of the thing is that today we will discuss about that article writing and publication. The first thing is that as a introduction level, we are a bit confused how we can start a writing from the starting point. So that kind of starting point, we are a bit confused that what will be the topic. The first thing, the topic on which area. So area, before identification of the area, first of all, we have to identify our thrust area and research area, research interest. And sometimes if you say, for example, if you say about my area is marketing management or human resource management is a vast area, vast discipline, and also marketing management. But marketing management and pinpoint research interest on which area? Services marketing or tourism marketing or socio-economic impact studies. If you say that economics is a wide range of area, huge applications, but which area? The area is socio-economic impact studies. That means the each and every application in which area you want to apply your area. So first of all, you have to identify that which area you want to do your work. From that particular, if you identify your own area, your own domain, then it is very easy to identify to application area also. How will you conduct to measure this kind of satisfaction level? How will you do this? Random sampling is very toughest thing. Each and every respondents you have the well known, and you have to know, and each and every parameter at the same level you have to give the preference. Random is another part. But how will you conduct the study to identification the consumer satisfaction level? How will you do this? This is the question mark. Before visit, take the one sort of say 100 sample size, 100 respondents you have identified. Before visit, you have identified those 100 respondents before visit, and the one questionnaires we have surveyed. And again, after visitation of that particular destination, same questionnaire on you can just distribute to the particular those same candidates, same respondents.
The most important part I want to share with all of you that we are before the couple of months are left for implementation of NEP 2020 as per the directive that we have received from West Bengal Higher Education. And you know that why I am trying to focus on that issue, that if you can go by the NEP policy of from the central, the most important thing they are focusing on that we are trying to create a cluster of research intensive university and teaching university and autonomous degree running colleges. Now why I am focusing on that? Because if you go by the structure just a little bit, the NEP implementation and that is being discussed elaborately, if you go by that particular point, this particular point, the last semester 8, go to the last one, skill enhancement, you can see the most important part, and now the responsibility goes to all of you. Okay, why? Because in the 4th year when you are taking the undergraduate program, all of you must be equipped yourself with the research. Otherwise, you are unable to guide your student. Which student? UG student. Earlier that is not mandatory. Question arises, if the faculty members are not aware of the ethical issue, how we can inculcate or disseminate the information of this ethics among our students. And are we able to guide those students? So this is a major implementation under dissertation and research project under the skill enhancement as given in the page number 27 of the UGC document, NEP. And that is why I try my level best since 2016 when I start thinking about it and working on it. And then I thereby come with this particular book on ethics, and Nilanjan sir know everything about it. So that is why I try to focus on this ethics. And fortunately, due to the response that I received from throughout India, this is my 48th session on ethics. Okay. Now, why we talk about ethics? Can I teach you ethics? No, sorry. I cannot teach you ethics. But I can share some of the information that I came across from the various academicians, from the various research scholars whom I interact over years based on my 22 years of teaching experience. Now, what is the most important part? Which one is right and which one is wrong? That I cannot teach you at this level. All of you are matured enough. So that you have to decide that which part of the portion that you are going to take as a researcher, as a scholar. You can assume to be an academician, you can assume to be a researcher, you can assume to be a scholar. Whatever the nomenclature that you want to do or put yourself, the most important part is that ethical part. Okay. And most important thing is that if you go by this ethical part, one important arises that you can ask me one question: at which particular phase this type of unethical practice may creep into or misconduct can happen? The answer is at any point of time, knowingly, unknowingly. Okay, and that you cannot say that only when I am undertaking my PhD, at that time this particular unethical problem came into practice. No, it can be done pre-PhD, during your PhD, and your post-PhD issue, when you have totally full-fledged become a doctor X and Y. So that is the most important for so unethical practice or unethical misconduct in the area of research is right now a rampant, very common, and it is increasing day by day.
আপনার কাছে এই অ্যাবস্ট্রাক্টটা আছে আর কিওয়ার্ড আছে, পুরো পেপারটা আপনার কাছে পাচ্ছেন না, নেই, ব্লক করা আছে। আপনি কিভাবে এখান থেকে কিছু আইডিয়া আপনি পাবেন অ্যাবস্ট্রাক্টটা দেখলে পরে পেপারটার কিসের ওপরে করা আছে, লিটারেচার রিভিউটা আপনি এখান থেকে কিছু জিনিস আপনি কোট করতে চান, কিন্তু পেপারটা খুব পোটেনশিয়াল পেপার আপনার এরিয়াতে, কিভাবে করবেন, যেটা একদমই ডিটেক্ট করবে না, খুব সহজ উপায় কিওয়ার্ডস দিয়ে করতে পারেন। যেমন দিস পেপার has been identified in the context of, পুরোটা কপি করুন, রুরাল ট্যুরিজম সাস্টেনেবল ডেভেলপমেন্ট। তার মানে কি হচ্ছে, পুরো পেপারটা না আপনার ওইটা কাভার আপ হয়ে গেল। তারপরে আপনি মধ্যখানে চলে যান অবজেক্টিভে চলে যান, ওখানে আপনি একটু সুন্দরভাবে লিখুন, ওয়ার্ডিংসটা এরকমভাবে দিন, এগেইন অথর রাওয়াত উইদিন ব্র্যাকেট identified in the context of driving force, benefits, potentialities, challenges and issues for future research. These are the main factors of this article. হয়ে গেল আপনার ফুল পেপার, কিন্তু আপনার পড়ার দরকার নেই। বুঝতে পেরেছেন? Yes. So this kind of thing will not identify in plagiarism check.